So we continue with the atomic structure. We have discussed about the atomic number, atomic mass number, the atomic weight, that is the relative atomic mass, and the relative molecular mass. So now we are going to study the electronic configuration. What is electronic configuration? I told you that if I am given the atomic number and if I am given the atomic mass number, I can find out the number of protons, electrons and neutrons present in an atom. So for example, if I got over here that, let's take the example of chlorine. So I know that the A, that is the atomic mass, is, let's say, 35, and the Z, that is the atomic number, is 17. So accordingly, the number of protons will be 17 and number of electrons will also be 17. Number of neutrons will be 35 minus 17 is 18. So this will be the way the particles will be present, that is the protons, electrons and neutrons present in a particular atom. Now we need to understand how are these 17 electrons going to be distributed in the orbit around the nucleus. See, we came to know that there is a nucleus in the center. So we first of all know that there is a nucleus in the center which has got 17 protons and 18 neutrons. And we also know that there are electrons over here which are in energy shells like this, and these energy shells are given by the names, that is K, L, M, N and so on. So how is it going to happen that how are these 17 going to be placed over here? Are they going to be all 17 in one of them, or maybe only 5 over here and 3 over here and 2 over here? So there has to be some way that a particular kind of element is going, the electrons are going to be placed inside the orbit. This can be seen with the help of electronic configuration. Now electronic configuration tells you that what is the number of electrons that can be there in each and every energy shell. Each and every energy shell has got a limited number of seats for the electrons to be placed in it. Okay, so there is the number of seats. Like इसे समझ लो कि यहाँ पे ये first orbit है, उसके अंदर दो कुर्सियाँ हैं, यहाँ पे उसके बाद 8 कुर्सियाँ हैं, फिर 18 कुर्सियाँ. तो there are the number of seats where that particular electron can sit. Okay, if the number of seats are fixed, can a third person be over there? If there are only 2 seats, can a third person sit over there? No, you cannot. So that's why that is the capacity of that energy level or the shell or the orbit. So each and every orbit has got its capacity to hold electrons. That capacity to hold electrons, so we know that it is K, L, M, N, ऐसे करके shells है. These shells has got a capacity which is given by the formula 2n square, where n is the orbit number. So what is the orbit number of K? K ka orbit number is 1. So that is nothing but 2 raised to 1 upon 1 square is equals to 2. So the K shell can hold only 2 electrons, that is 1 electron and another electron. The L shell is 2 raised to 2 square because n ka value 2 आया है इसके अंदर. So 2 raised to 2 square is how much? 8. That means the maximum amount of electrons which can be placed in the L shell are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have made it in pairs. It's not necessary that it should be made in pairs. You can place it anywhere, but there should not be more than 8 electrons in the L shell. Similarly, this one is 2 raised to 3 square, which is 18. So that means I can place 18 electrons over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Got it? So this way there could be How many numbers? 18 number of electrons in the third shell. The third shell can have only 18 electrons. They cannot have more than 18 electrons. Similarly, the fourth one. So it will be 2, 4 square will be equal to 4, 13. So 32. So if I have this one more, there will be 32 number of electrons which could be placed in the fourth shell. So it is seen over here that there is one more rule which is called as the octet rule. Okay. So here we see that there is something which is called as the octet rule. So in this particular thing we can see that there cannot be more than 8 electrons in the last shell. Okay, if it is the last shell, if it is the last orbit, that means last shell क्यों, जैसे चलो एक बताता हूँ तुम लोग को. I'll just give an example over here. Suppose we take an example over here wherein you can take this example over here. So you know what will happen over here. 17 are there. So first में सिर्फ 2 बैठेंगे, दूसरे में 8 बैठेंगे. Okay, इसमें तो आराम से वही हो जाएगा. So the electrons will be such that K के अंदर there will be 2 electrons, L के अंदर there will be 8 electrons, and then M will have balance 7 electrons. This will be, so the electronic configuration will be given as 2, 8, 7 for chlorine. For chlorine we will be getting 2, 8, 7. Let's see one more thing. Suppose I have Suppose I take the example of calcium. So calcium over here is having the atomic mass to be as 40. Atomic number Z is 20. So therefore number of protons is 20, number of electrons is 20, and number of neutrons is also 20. In such a situation, you will find that the electrons would be this way, that this is the 20 protons and 20 electrons, 20 neutrons, sorry. First shell, second shell, third shell. So, to the best of the thing, what will happen? This will be 1, 2, because it can hold only 2 of them. So, इसमें से 2 चला गया. Then there will be 8, capacity of 8 in this one. So, there will be 8 electrons over here. So, that will be 8. So, what is the total now? 10. So, how many balance? The balance are 10, because 10 हो गया, 20 चाहिए total. Total number of electrons what you have is 20, out of it 10 are already distributed. So I should be able to put 10 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why? Because the capacity of L shell, what is the L shell? L is nothing but 2n square. So it is 2 into 3 square is equals to 80. So I should be able to put 10 over here. So it should be like this. No. Okay. I cannot put 10 over here. This is wrong. Why? Because there is the octet rule. What is the octet rule? The octet rule states that you cannot have more than 8 electrons in the last orbit. So the moment this has become 10, you will need to remove 2 electrons from here and have one more orbit coming out outside like this, where there will be only 2 electrons. Hence the electronic configuration of calcium would become 2, 8, 8, 2. Understood? It will not be 2, 8, 10. It will be 2, 8, 8, 2. Why is that so? Because even if the number of seats available in the third orbit were 18, but because it was the last row, in the last row you cannot have more than 8 seats, and that's why you had to take one more row, one more energy level, and put the balance 2 in the next one. Okay, this is called as the octet rule. Okay, so based on the octet rule, we can see that outermost shell cannot hold more than 8 electrons. Okay, this is the thing what you need to remember, that the outermost shell cannot hold more than 8 electrons. Each and every shell can accommodate only the number of electrons which is based on its capacity of 2n square. So K can take only 2, L can take 8, M can take 18 or and further. But if it is the last row, or if it is the last orbit or the last shell, then the outermost shell, then the last shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. Hence, after the 8 electrons are over, it needs to take one more shell for the balanced number of electrons present in it. So that is how we are given that the correct method will be 2, 8, 8, 2. That is 2, 8, 8, 2 means 2 in the K shell, 8 in the L shell, M shell में 8 and N shell में 2. That is the electronic configuration of calcium. Next we will see is isotopes. So isotopes are basically, isotopes are atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different atomic mass numbers. So I told you the example of hydrogen in my previous class, that hydrogen has got 3 isotopes. What do you mean by isotopes? So now we can see that in case of isotopes, what happens is for hydrogen, we can see that hydrogen is going to be available to us in 3 forms. One is hydrogen like mass equal to 1 and atomic number 1. Another is mass equal to 2 and atomic number 1, and mass is equal to 3 and atomic number 1. That means for this the number of protons is equals to, so for these the protons is equals to 1, over here it is 1, over here it is 1. Electrons over here is 1, over here is 1, over here is 1. But the neutron over here is 0, here it is 1, and here it is 2. So you can see that the number of electrons and the number of protons are the same in all 3 of them, and hence the element remains the same. See, the element is going to be determined by the number of protons and electrons. The element is determined by the atomic number. What is atomic number? In all the 3 cases, the atomic number over here is A1. Okay, the atomic number where the Z. The Z over here is 1, but the A over here is different. The atomic masses is different. Why it is different? Because of the different number of neutrons present in them. Due to the number of difference of neutrons present in them, that is why these ones are of the same hydrogen atoms, but they have got different masses due to the presence of different number of neutrons in them. So that is the reason we call them as isotopes. What are these? Are isotopes. So isotopes are the one which have got the same atomic numbers but different atomic mass numbers. Isotope, the elements of the same element having the same atomic number but different mass numbers. So that's why they have given you the example of the isotopes of hydrogen, where the atomic mass is 1 and the mass is 1, the atomic number is 1 and the mass is 1. So protons 1, electrons 1, neutrons 0. Second one, atomic number 1 and mass is 2. So protons 1, electrons 1 and neutrons 1. And then the atomic number 1 and the mass 3, where the protons is 1, electrons is 1 and the neutrons is 2. So this is how you are having the different kinds of atoms of isotopes. We now come to the page which has got the electronic configurations and the diagrams for the first 20 elements of our periodic table. Now that is one of the reason I kept this thing as it is, because first 10 was already here. So I wanted you to understand the next 10 also. So we have over here the first 10 as hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and chlorine and neon. So these are the first 10 elements. We now move on to the next 10 elements. So that is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. They are Na, sodium, this is hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Over here is sodium, magnesium, aluminium, okay, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, K is potassium, and then it is calcium. So for remembering this part, the first part was hi hello listen to BBC on Friday night for the first part. The second part is na mang Allah se, PS is PlayStation. This is one word, Clark ka. Clark is a name of a person. Clark, if you know Superman, Clark Kent. So Clark, so CLARNK. So Clark ka means or calcium. So you can see that it is hi hello listen to BBC on Friday night. Na mang Allah se PlayStation Clark ka. This is one of the example. There could be many certain things where जहाँ पे उन लोग ये पेप्सी कोला वगैरह वगैरह भी करते हैं. So it is your choice. It is the way you see, the way you remember something. It's your choice. But I just give you one of the example by which you can remember the first 20 elements of the periodic table, because this is where you will need to identify them sometimes. That they may tell you that this is the number of protons, this is the atomic number, this is the atomic mass. You tell me what is the number of electrons, what is the number of protons, what is the number of neutrons, and identify the element also. So if you know that अच्छा 16 दिया ना तो 16 कौन सा है तो हम लोग कर सकते हैं. अच्छा हाँ ना मांग जैसे प्लेस्टेशन 16 करना तो 16 क्या है तो फॉस्फोरस है तो वो सल्फर है तो वो कब पता चलेगा when we know certain values. So like you can count it out. Okay, so either if you want you can directly listen learn this hydrogen, helium, lithium, barium, boron, carbon right way, or you can learn it this way also. So I'll just revise once again. It is hi hello listen to BBC News on Friday night. Na mang Allah se PlayStation Clark ka. That is nothing but sodium, potassium, magnesium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium. So this is the first 20 elements over here. Now we are going to find out that how are the electronic configurations or the atomic structures made for all these kinds of elements. So let's see one by one. So what we can see is, for example, let's say we start with hydrogen. So if we start with hydrogen, we know that the A and Z of hydrogen is given to you. So if hydrogen, we are given that the atomic mass is 1 and the atomic number is 1. So by this you can come to know, or I'll just make it slightly smaller. So if I know that the proton, the atomic mass is 1 and the atomic number is 1, so number of protons will be 1, number of electrons will be 1, and the number of neutrons will be 0. Because the number of electrons is only 1, so the atom will be like this. So it will be having 1 proton, 0 neutrons, and 1 shell containing 1 electron in it. This is the atomic structure of hydrogen. Next we take is helium. Atomic number mass is 4. number is 2. So this is 2, this is 2, and 4 minus 2 is 2. Accordingly, over here will be 2 protons, 2 neutrons, and 2 electrons. This will be the example of this one. Electronic configuration over here. So if we see at the electronic configuration, this will be 2, just 2. Okay, electronic configuration 2. Now let's take the next one. It is lithium. Lithium, over here they are given you that the mass is 7 and this is 3. So this will be 3, this will be 3, and this will be 4. Accordingly, what will happen over here? You will be having over here 3 protons, 4 neutrons, 1 and 2 is over here, and then there is one more because electrons are 3. So electronic configuration में एक addition आएगा, that is one more electron. So it is 2, 1. Got it? Next what we see is beryllium. Beryllium, they are given their mass to be 9 and this is 4. So accordingly this will be 4, this will be 4, and this will be 5. Right? 9 minus 4 is 5, so neutrons will be 5. Accordingly, inside this particular thing will be, there are 4 protons, 5 neutrons, and there will be one more electron to this, so it will be 2, 2. Next is boron. Boron, the mass is 11 and this is 5. So this will be 5, this will be 5, and this will be 6. Accordingly, over here will be 5 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, and 5. Already 4 were there, one more will be here. So this will become 2, 3. Got it? So you have got K shell में 2, L shell में 3. Then it is carbon. Carbon is 12, 6, 6, 6, 6. So accordingly, this protons will be 6 and electrons will be 6 like this. So it's 2, 4. Understood? Very simple, right? Carbon के बाद आएगा nitrogen 14, 7, 7, 7, 7. So again, just one more addition here. This becomes 7, this becomes 7, and this becomes 5. इसके बाद oxygen, this is 16, 8, 8, 8, 8. So this will be 8, this will be 8, and there will be one more electron over here. So there will be 6 electrons outside. So 6 over here. In fact, I can write the electronic configurations over here. This electronic configuration over here is 1. Here it is 2. Here it is 2, 1. This is 2, 2. This is 2, 3. This is 2, 4. This is 2, 5. This is 2, 6. Right? Then we come fluorine. Fluorine is, the mass is 19, 9, 9, 9, 10. So this will be 2, 7. So there will be one more electron here. This will be 9, 10, and this will be 7. The 10th one is neon, that is 20, 10, 10, 10, 10. So again, here it will be one more here it will be 10, and here it will be 8. You can see 8 खत्म हो गया, यानी इसका capacity full. L shell का capacity is full. With 2, 8 over here, the L shell capacity is full. So the 10th one में, though he till the 10th element, there will be only 2 shells. Okay, K and L. Got it? This way. Now, over here it can be seen that the, okay, I'll tell you about the valency a bit later. First let us understand this part only. So this is how we are going to draw. So each and every के लिए हम लोग को ऐसे diagram बनाना पड़ेगा where there will be the number of protons and number of neutrons inside this one, and there will be electrons in the shells outside over here. We now move on to the 11th one. So I erase this part. So now we have the 11th one, that is sodium. Sodium is 23, 11, so it is 11, 11, 12. So electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and then 1. How will it be placed? There will be 11 protons, 12 neutrons, first shell containing 2 electrons, the second one containing 8 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the next one over here which will be having only 1 electron like this. Electronic configuration 2, 8, 1. Okay. Magnesium. Magnesium is mass is 24. You don't need to remember the masses. Masses will be given to you. Don't worry. So 12, 12, 12. So it will be 2, 8, 2. So there will be just one more addition to this over here. This becomes 12. This will be magnesium. Okay. Next will be aluminium. Aluminium will be 27, 13. Okay, 27 and 13. 27 is the mass and 13 is the number. So 13 protons, 13 electrons and 14 neutrons. So accordingly it will be 2, 8, 3 because 13 are there. So 2, 8 is 10, 10 plus 3. So this will be just one more addition of this thing with 13 protons and 14 neutrons. That is aluminium. This structure is of aluminium. Then silicon. Silicon is 28 and 14. So it's 14, 14, 14. So it's 2, 8, 4. So there will be one more electron here with 14 protons and 14 neutrons. So this structure is of silicon. Then it is phosphorus, which is 31 and 15. So it's 15, 15, 16. So it will be 2, 8, 5. That means there will be one more electron here with the number of protons and neutrons increasing to 15 and 16. So this particular diagram is for phosphorus. Then sulfur 32, 16, 16, 16, 16, 2, 8, 6. So there is one more electron added to this thing and this will be 16 phosphorus. There is 16 protons and 16 neutrons. The next what we see is going to be chlorine. So Cl, chlorine is 35 and 17. So this is 17, this is 17 and this is 18. So it's 2, 8, 7. Accordingly, there will be one more electron joining over here to make it 17 protons and 18 neutrons. So this structure is of chlorine. The next one is argon. Argon, the number mass is 40. This is 18. So this is 18, this is 18 and this will be 22. So this comes 8, 8, 8. So that is the final one over here. Now the capacity of the last orbit cannot be more than 8. So this is the last one which can has the 8 number of electrons in the M shell. So argon 2, 8, 8. The next is potassium K, which is 39 and then 19, 19 and 20. So 19, 19 and 20. So it's 2, 8, 8, 1. So that is why you will find that for this one you cannot have 2, 8, 9. No doubt there are the capacity is 18, but you cannot have it because of the octet rule, and hence you will be having one more orbit over here and you will be having one electron outside like this. This is potassium. Similarly, calcium will be also this way. This is 40, this is 20, 20, 20, 20. This 2, 8, 8, 2. So there will be 2 electrons over here in the outermost shell. that is calcium. So these are the atomic structures of the first 20 elements of the periodic table, or the first 20 elements in the increasing order or the ascending order of atomic numbers. So 1 to 20. How did you remember this? That is hydrogen, helium, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium and calcium. That is hi, hello, listen to BBC News on Friday night. Na mang Allah se PlayStation Clark ka. So that is the first 20 elements. Now there is one importance of the last, or you can say the number of electrons in the last orbit of any particular atom. That is, the importance is of this number. Okay, even in the earlier case 2,1 तो 2 के बाद 1 जो है तो 2,1 2,2 2,3 तो 1 2 3 4 that number has got the value. Now these are the electrons in the last orbit and they are called as electrons in the valence shell. Okay, these are the electrons in the valence shell. 2 electrons in the valence shell, 3 electrons in the valence shell, 4 electrons in the valence shell, 5 electrons in the valence shell, so on. Now each and every atom, okay, each and every atom wants to have a configuration like this. Complete. मेरे 8 electrons last में आ गए, I have achieved nirvana. Okay, मैं stable हो गया, मुझे nirvana मिल गया. Okay, I am completely stable. That is what each and every atom wants. Each and every atom wants कि उसके number of electrons in the last orbit is either 2. That means if it is in the first orbit only, if it is only one orbit, then what is the number of electrons it wants? Only 2. But if it is second orbit or third orbit or fourth orbit, they want that the last orbit should have only 8 electrons. If they get 8 electrons, they are satisfied. एकदम satisfied. So उनके वो satisfaction के लिए what they do is they give away electrons or accept electrons such that जैसे ये है अभी इसको 8 करने का रहेगा तो it will be very difficult for to get 7. It is something like you are going to buy something worth ₹10. Okay, you got only 1 rupee. Are you able to borrow 9 rupees for somebody? On the other hand, if somebody has got 9 rupees, will he be able to will he give away 9 rupees to somebody else, or will he take 1 rupee for somebody and buy that article? Definitely he is going to take 1 rupee. He is not going to give away that 9 rupees. So always in this way, this one will give away its electrons. So once it gives away electrons, it will become 2,8. So this extra electron what it is having over here is called as its valency. Okay, I'll just erase this part, it's not required any longer. So accordingly, we have the valency over here. So valency over here is +1. Why it is +1? Because it has a capacity to give away its electron. It is a donor. Okay, he has got one extra which he wants to give away so that he can achieve nirvana of 2,8 of getting 8 electrons in the outermost shell, completing its outermost orbit. ठीक है, तो वो करने के लिए वो क्या करेगा? He will give away 1. So his valency will be 1. Over here the valency will be +2. Over here will be +3. Okay. In case of this one, it will be just 4. It will not be plus nor minus. Okay, 4. It's just 4. For this one, it will not give away 5, but it will take 3. Because it is going to take 3, it can accept 3. That's the valency will be -3. You can see the total. You want that the total over here should be 8. तो उसको 8 करने के लिए कितने चाहिए? 3 चाहिए. इसलिए इसके -3. इसको कितना चाहिए? 2 चाहिए. So it is -2. Over here it is minus 1 and this is 0. This is again 1, this is again 2. Plus 1, plus 2. So these are called as the valency of the elements. The valency of the elements is very, very important for the combinations of the atoms together to form molecules and compounds. It is because of this valency that the electrons are going to go from one element to another element, and hence there is a combination, and then there is a formation of a compound taking place. It's the elements are formed, the compounds are formed because of the give and take and sharing of these valence electrons. Now this valency also tells you one more important thing, and that is the nature of that particular element, whether it is metallic or it is non-metallic. Okay, a metallic element will be one which has got a positive valency. The one with a positive valency, that is plus 1, plus 2, plus 3 will be metals. Accordingly, we'll see that these three are metals. This is a metalloid. Okay, it's a metalloid. Means a partly metal, partly some properties of metal and some properties of a non-metal. That is a metalloid. So you can see in the first 10 one also, in the first 10 this was from 10 to 11 to 20. So from 1 to 10 जो है उसमें भी hydrogen has got a valency plus or minus 1, because it can either give away 1 and become 0, or it can accept 1 and become 2. So hydrogen has got the capacity to become act as a metal or as a non-metal. If it is acting as a metal, then it will give away its electron, and if it is acting as a non-metal, it will accept the electron. Helium is a noble gas, so valency is 0. Whereas lithium से लेकर neon तक, it will be valency will be 1, 2, 3, 4 will be anything, but will be non-metal, and then minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, and then 0. So according that will be the valencies of this one, and hence we have the hydrogen as metals or non-metals both, whereas the helium is a noble gas. If it is 0, it is a noble gas. This is noble gas. And if this is minus, then it is non-metal. So non-metal accepts electrons, a metal donates electrons. Non-metals accept electrons and this donates electrons. So over here, what will be this one? Yes, metals. So these are metals. So in case of boron, boron is a metalloid. Otherwise, all others are based on the same principle. Plus 1, plus 2 is metals. Boron is not metalloid, but again carbon is non-metal. Then nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, all non-metals. Neon is noble gas, and from here it is magnesium, sodium, magnesium, aluminum metals. Silicon metalloid, phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine non-metals. Then this is noble gas, argon, and then again metal. So this is about the valency and the type of metals, type of element of the first 20 elements of the periodic table. Okay, so that is about the periodic table, the first 20 elements. I'll stop over here for this video. It's already taken too long, but I'll continue next video.